I am the Holy Son of God Himself. You are the Holy Son of God Himself. Welcome back, fam. Today we are going to be studying lesson 191 of A Course in Miracles. So go ahead and pull up to the lesson if you're not there already. If you don't got the book yet, the PDF is in the description. Let's go ahead and dive straight in. Lesson 191. Me and you are the Holy Son of God Himself. Here is your declaration of release from bondage of the world. And here as well is all the world released. You do not see what you have done by giving to the world the role of jailer to the Son of God. What could it be but a vicious and afraid, fearful of shadows, punitive and wild, lacking all reason, blind, insane with hate? What have you done that this should be your world? What have you done that this is what you see? Deny your own identity, and this is what remains. You look on chaos and proclaim it as yourself. There is no sight that fails to witness this to you. There is no sound that does not speak of frailty within you and without. No breath you draw that does not seem to bring you nearer death. No hope you hold but will dissolve in tears. Deny your own identity, and you will not escape the madness which induces this weird, unnatural, and ghostly thought that mocks creation and that laughs at God. Deny your own identity, and you assail the universe alone, without a friend, a tiny particle of dust against the legions of your enemies. Deny your own identity and look on evil, sin, and death, and watch despair snatch from your fingers every scrap of hope, leaving you nothing but the wish to die. Now again, we're going to pause right here. We mentioned this yesterday, but it's always good to remind that this imagery is powerful here. This exaggerated imagery is powerful because this is what we must be believing in if we deny our true identity, which is the Holy Son of God Himself. Anytime we forget who we really are, which is what we just stated, then we are going to experience something that is not really happening. We are going to experience who we think we are, which is this tiny little puny particle of dust out of this whole entire universe. There's so much stuff out there, so much bodies out there, so much things, situations, circumstances, events, time, space. There's so much happening out there in this world, and whenever you don't know who you really are, you are going to feel like it's you against the world, and that is going to feel very alone. It's going to feel very unnecessary. It's going to feel very unnecessary amount of force being exerted. It's going to feel very unnecessary is the word that I'm getting here. And what we have to understand is that that's not really an option to choose from. However, whenever you believe that you're choosing between being who you think you are and being who you really are, which is the Holy Son of God Himself, those are your only two options to choose from. Who am I being right now? Am I being as God created me, or am I being something less than that? Now, let's also discuss something we talked about yesterday before we continue. So whenever you have a mind full of illusions, pretend that this is somebody's mind and it's full of illusions. Whenever a little glance of truth pops in that person's mind, think of this black, right? This black ball of energy, and you see a little white particle. You're like, that's weird. That doesn't belong there. So you're going to dismiss it because it opposes what you currently believe. So you throw that little truth away, and now you're back with this black ball of energy in the world of illusion, and you're sad, angry, miserable, depressed, lacking something, not enough, alone. You are all of the symptoms of what it feels like to not be in your right mind. Your mind is full of nothingness. It is black, and whenever something, which is truth, does come into your mind, you dismiss it because it challenges what you think you are. That's what the world is doing. Their world and their mind is full of nothingness, of illusions. And whenever something such as the statement, I am the Holy Son of God himself, whenever that comes into their mind, whenever someone says something such as that, they are going to look at that person like they're arrogant, like they are blasphemous. They are going to look at that individual like they are out of their minds, and they should be sentenced to death and have their head cut off. That is because they have a mind that is so opposed to what that individual just stated, that whenever that individual states, I am the Holy Son of God himself, and something of that magnitude enters their mind, they dismiss it and disregard it, and they see it as an attack upon them because it challenges their entire belief system, which is who they think that they are, but who they are really not. They are just as much of the Holy Son of God himself as me and you are. Now, vice versa, because me and you have been here and we have been filling our minds with truth, and even that is misrepresented, because we don't have to fill our minds with anything, because truth is all that there is. Whenever our mind is so focused on what is there and it becomes this big white ball of energy, let's just say this big white ball of energy, now whenever a little black speck of nothingness pops in our mind, we see it as foreign and we say, that don't belong there, and we dismiss it and disregard it because it is simply not there. It challenges our current belief system with truth. Truth does not get challenged. However, because we know that truth is true, obviously, then whenever we see something that is not true, which is in this analogy, that little black speck of nothingness, we release it immediately because it serves no purpose. And now we are back in our right mind. Now, that was stated to say that whenever someone believes that they are anything other than what God created, they are simply asleep to who they really are. They are being who they think they are, and they are putting so much effort forth to uphold this tiny image they think they are, this body they think they are, this little self-image they think they are, this job they think they are, these people they think they are, these people they think they know, the success that they have in this world, everything that this world of illusion that they have accomplished or done or not done is their justification to prove why this is real and what God created is not real. And although we wouldn't use those words, that's why the Course uses it for us. That's why the Course states it in such an exaggerated way to show us that that's really what we're believing if we deny the fact that we are the Holy Son of God himself. Whenever we look at ourselves as anything less than that, we are downplaying ourselves, and we are basically saying, hey God, I am choosing to be something other than what you created, and I'm going to deny that I am the Son of God himself because I believe that that is not true. And you're basically denying truth, and you cannot really deny truth, but you can believe you can, and therefore you're going to experience the effects of what it would be like if you could, which is worry, doubt, fear, aloneness, not enoughness, greed, hatred, irritation, anger, better than, less than, pridefulness, etc. All of those emotions that anyone may be experiencing at any moment in time is due to the fact that they have chosen that rather than choosing love. And someone who experiences something other than love may not say, I chose this, and I'm choosing this fear, I'm choosing this car accident, I'm choosing this cancer, or I'm choosing this sickness, or I'm choosing to be alone. They may not say that, but they are choosing that. And whenever they learn about their decision-making process and understand that they're making decisions every single moment in time, then they can learn to make better decisions. And until they make better decisions, they're going to continue to keep choosing more of the same. And it's going to feel like nothing's changing. They're going to say that my life is bad, it's not working, nothing's changed, it's been like this for 10 years. And actually, nothing ever doesn't change. Nothing ever stays the same. Things are always in constant motion. The only reason why it appears like this person has been in the same position for 10 years is because every single moment within those 10 years, they have been choosing more and more and more of the same 10,000 times. So although it looks like it's been the same for 10,000 times, they've just been choosing 10,000 times the same exact thing over and over and over. And that's only because they lacked the awareness that they could choose otherwise. Our job here right now, me and you, is to remember who we really are and accept that this is who we are, and accept that if we accept anything less than that, we are simply denying who we really are, and choose to not deny truth. Because whenever we deny truth, we are going to experience fear. And whenever we accept truth, we are going to claim our rightful inheritance of love, peace, and joy. Yet, what is it except a game you play in which identity can be denied? You are as God created you. All else is but one thing. All else but this one thing is folly to believe. In this one thought is everyone set free. In this one truth are all illusions gone. In this one fact is sinlessness proclaimed to be forever a part of everything, the central core of its existence and its guarantee of immortality. But let today's idea find a place among your thoughts, and you have risen far above the world and all the worldly thoughts that hold it prisoner. And from this place of safety and escape you will return and set it free. For he who can accept his true identity is truly saved. Me and you who can accept and who have accepted our true identity are saved. We are free right now because we are choosing to be as we really are, not that tiny little irrelevant self-image that we thought we were our whole lives. Whenever we think that the past is who we are, or what we've done in the past is who we are bound by the past. We are bound in that loophole of an illusion. And whenever we no longer accept that and accept that we are pure and we are perfection and we are love and light and innocent and will forever remain as God created us, then now we're talking, because now we get to experience the fullness of who we really are, rather than a cut off version of that, a self so deviated from truth that they are experiencing only a tiny little stream of their well-being flowing, not because God is denying them anything less than that, but because they are cutting themselves off from their source, which you cannot really do. But virtually what you're doing whenever you're choosing pain or choosing something that you wouldn't choose if you were in your right mind, you are deviating so far from who you really are that you can't experience the fullness of it. Therefore, you're only receiving a tiny little stream of well-being rather than all of the well-being that would be flowing towards you at all moments in time if you were to just choose truth rather than an illusion. For he who can accept this, his true identity, is truly saved, and his salvation is the gift he gives to everyone in gratitude to him who pointed out the way to happiness that changed his whole perspective of the world. One holy thought like this, and you are free. You are the Holy Son of God himself, and with this holy thought you learn as well that you have freed the world. You have no need to use it cruelly, and then perceive this savage need in it. You set it free of your imprisonment. You will not see a devastating image of yourself walking the world in terror, with the world twisting in agony because your fears have laid the mark of death upon its heart. Be glad today how very easily is hell undone. You need but tell yourself, I am the Holy Son of God himself. I cannot suffer, cannot be in pain. I cannot suffer loss nor fail to do all that salvation asks. And in that thought is everything you look on wholly changed. A miracle has lighted up all dark and ancient caverns where the rites of death echoed since time began. For time has lost its hold upon the world. The Son of God has come in glory to redeem the lost, to save the helpless, and to give the world the gift of his forgiveness. Who could see the world as dark and sinful when God's Son has come again at last to set it free? which is me and you. And the reason why that is so is because whenever me and you lead by the clarity of our example in our right state of mind, in this natural state of mind, in this state of mind that we are, and so is everything else, love and light, people can learn from what we're teaching and respond in the same way. And remember, you're teaching all the time, whether you're speaking words or not, whether you're repeating these words or teaching these words to someone else or not. You're teaching by the way you walk, talk, act, think, speak, and feel, because how you do those things, what your state of mind is at any given moment in time, is what you're emanating forth from your being. And everyone around you is going to pick up those vibrations, whether you're aware of it or they're aware of it or not. They're going to pick that up and they're going to respond to you based off of that. And if you're in the world of illusion, in fear, and in pain, you're going to be emanating that, and they're going to be reinforcing that same belief system that they're experiencing themselves, and it's just going to be more pain domino affecting off of everyone else. However, if you're experiencing love and light, and that's all you're experiencing, that this state of mind is going to be emanating forth from your being, and now everyone around you is going to experience this as well. And now it gives them the basis to understand that what they're experiencing is completely folly. It is false. It is not really happening, and they have the ability to choose, just like how you're choosing. So you have to remember that me and you are very essential to God's plan for salvation. You who perceive yourself as weak and frail, with futile hopes and devastated dreams, born but to die, to weep and suffer pain, hear this. All power is given unto you in earth and heaven. There is nothing that you cannot do. You play the game of death, of being helpless, pitifully tied to dissolution in a world which shows no mercy to you. Yet when you accord it mercy, will its mercy shine on you? Then let the Son of God awaken from his sleep, and opening his holy eyes return again to bless the world he made. In error it began, but it will end in the reflection of his holiness. And he will sleep no more and dream of death. Then join with me today. Your glory is the light that saves the world. Do not withhold salvation longer. Look about the world and see the suffering there. Is not your heart willing to bring your weary brothers rest? They must await your own release, and that is so true. Your brothers must await your own release, because everyone out there has no teacher. They have no reference point of what truth looks like, or very little people demonstrating that. So you being one of those individuals, and me being one of those individuals who demonstrate to truth and only truth, is going to give everyone else a more solid reason why they should follow our lead, why it's going to give them a more understanding of, hey, that person is doing something different. They don't seem to be in fear and pain like I am. They don't seem to be in illusions like I am, although they wouldn't say that because they don't know that they're hallucinating. That person doesn't seem to be upset like I am. They seem to be happy. They seem to be in love and in joy and have this eager towards life. Something is different about them. I wonder what's going through their mind. I wonder what it is that they're thinking of that is causing them to experience life the way they're experiencing. And although they're not saying these thoughts consciously, it is what's going through their mind, and they just can't convey those thoughts that they're having with words, but they're having those thoughts. And just by you being that person to lead by the clarity of your example, you are influencing others to see things differently. You are influencing others to choose differently because they see that it's possible. So remember again that me and you are very essential to God's plan for salvation. They must await your own release. They stay in chains till you are free. They cannot see the mercy of the world until you find it in yourself. They suffer pain until you have denied its hold on you. They die till you accept your own eternal life. You are the Holy Son of God himself. Remember this, and all the world is free. Remember this, and earth and heaven are one. And that is the end of today's lesson. This gives us something very powerful to think about today. So we are definitely going to think about this. We are going to ponder these thoughts, and we are going to allow this to be the only thing that consumes our mind today. We are going to stay woke, and we are going to remember that me and you are the Holy Son of God himself, and no more or no less than anyone else. We are all one. We are all equivalent counterparts to the whole. And by me and you being the whole, by me and you being the undivided part of our mind that is still anchored in truth, by me and you being the example of truth and love and light and who we all really are, who God created us to be, we will be the basis and reason why other people start to follow that lead as well. Now, whether they choose to or not, that is none of our business, as long as me and you are doing what we need to do to remain in our right state of mind is doing more than enough. And remember this today. Do not forget this today. And we are going to pause right there and meet here again for lesson 192 tomorrow. And until then, may we never be the same, and I will see you there.